Hey, hey, lovers, are we live? Are we live at 5? Good morning, good morning. I think we're live. Oh my goodness. Good morning, love leaders. How are you? See if this is all working. Let me know if you guys can see me and hear me. Drop a comment so I can say hello. Just got off of a wonderful live Q&A with our love leaders on the inside of our 10K in 30-day program, and I get so many amazing questions, but one of the questions I received today was, help. How do you hire people? How do you, like, I'm not good at hiring people, and how do you do it? What's the first step? And I think this brings up a really great conversation that I want to bring to you here about, being an entrepreneur, being a coach requires you to ask for help. And oftentimes, I believe that it's even hard to know what kind of help that you need. It's kind of like being so new at something. Sometimes you could feel like you're in the woods with a bunch of trees, and wouldn't it be a lot easier if you could have some perspective and be like at the top of a mountain with a big view and be able to, oh, that's the way out of the forest, instead of being so caught up in front of it in your face. So oftentimes, hey, good morning, Shannon Taylor's in the house. Let me know if you guys are tuning in live or catching the replay. Love to say hello. What are you rock stars up to today? I'm doing some live Q&As. We always do a live Q&A on Mondays at 11 a.m. with our 10K peeps. And what else am I doing today? I'm writing emails. I do love to do copywriting, and having this conversation with you, which I feel is a really important conversation, and I think a big struggle for a lot of new coaches. What's up, Katie? Rico's in the house. Good morning. The topic of the conversation is, how do you even know what kind of who you should be hiring? All right. Because maybe you lack the experience or lack the perspective, and there's no fault in that. It's just you don't know what you don't know. And I think that's one of the things that I can attest to, hiring mentors, or, hiring people that know more than you know. For example, my husband, this summer, we decided to start kind of like a mini homestead here at our house in Mount Shasta. And I wanted to build a big garden. I was like, just build a garden fence. And then it was, build the chicken coop, just build it. And he's like, oh my God. And we had our neighbor come over who's a contractor, and he's been working with them and teaching him all kinds of cool stuff. He would have done things very differently. So there's a lot of things in business, and in my opinion, that you really don't need. You really don't need a website or an email list in order to start. And there's so many conflicting opinions out there in the marketplace of, how you should really start and what's really important. And a lot of people tell you branding. Hey, what's up, Cindy? Thank God it's Monday. And it can be very confusing. And I know in the beginning of my business, I made a lot of very expensive mistakes, not knowing what I didn't know. I would not start my business today the same way I started it 11 years ago. I just wouldn't. It's unnecessary. And this question of like hiring, how many of you feel like you need some help, but you don't know exactly what what or who you should be investing and asking for help? That's a real concern. So I always like to say, find somebody who's out there in the marketplace doing what you want to be doing, and then hire them and ask them, for what's the recipe? How can I avoid these pitfalls? Because, I could just go back and share with you my experience. I thought, okay, if I write a book, I'll have clients. And there's, $6,000 out the window in a year of my time, and there's still no clients. And then there was, well, get a fancy website, and $11,000 in the fancy website, still no clients. And okay, get published in magazines, and still no clients, right? So there was a lot of expensive mistakes that I made learning what was actually necessary and needed. And I think we are all creatures of habit, right? We're all trying to do the best we can, all trying to do what we think is right. And oftentimes, waste a lot of time and a lot of resources that can be avoided. So I'm a big fan of finding people who have already achieved success in a certain area, whether it's building chicken coops or building a business or being a stepmom. I even hired a stepmom coach. I couldn't believe they existed. They do. There's like a coach for everything. Everything. I've hired fitness instructors, fitness coaches, uh, you know, very specific paid advertising people, copywriters. Um, and I can tell you that it's a lot easier when you have a recipe to follow. So don't struggle in the dark. Don't bang your head against the wall by yourself. And when it comes to hiring people, make sure that you're hiring the right people, for what you want to do, because there's a lot of confusion in online marketing, and people will tell you you need a YouTube channel. They'll tell you you need all this fancy stuff when you really don't. You really just need a recipe for being visible, delivering value, and making offers to people who can say yes. That's really distilling the recipe for cash flow in a very, very simple recipes. Be visible, deliver value, make offers to people who can say yes. Hey, what's up, Sue? Happy Monday. Let me know if you guys have any questions for me about this topic or others. Let me know if you're tuning in live so I can say hello. Let me know if you're catching the replay. One of the biggest conversations that I love to have with women, I love what I do. I get to have really important conversations with women every single week on the inside of our programs. And a lot of it is about, the calamity or the bigness of change. Starting a business it requires a lot of change, a lot of new skills being developed, planning, marketing, sales, visibility strategies, investing in yourself, client management, client fulfillment. There's a lot going on, and it can be very overwhelming. Hey, what's up, Danielle? Danielle's here live. Good morning. So I love having that conversation with women. What's up, Katie Stewart's on the house? Hey, lady. Do you guys struggle with that? Hiring people? Maybe it's trying to do everything by yourself. Maybe it's, rationalizing hiring a virtual assistant to take on some of the tasks that you shouldn't be doing, but you want to rationalize it with, income. I remember a mentor of mine once told me, you're going to have a lot of time freed up if you hire somebody to help you with the mundane tasks that you really shouldn't be, investing your time with. If you're, coaching and selling a high-end program where your time is worth $300-400 an hour, why wouldn't you pay somebody $10, $15, $20, even $50 an hour to take those things off your plate? That made a lot of sense. It still didn't feel safe or not risky to do that. Okay. It still felt scary to take that risk. I did it anyways. And, I ran my business with just one virtual assistant for the first 5 years of my business. I hired mentors or experts in certain areas, but it was just me and one virtual assistant, and took my business all the way up to $450,000 a year like that. Super profitable. Danielle says, yes, change, planning, marketing, very true. What's up, Kelly Weaver? Hey, Nikki, good morning. Oh, these rock star people here tuning in. It's great to see your smiling faces, even if it's just on like the little thing here on Facebook. So conversation of, are you in the weeds or are you in the forest stuck with the whole trees in your field of view? And are you struggling with, well, what do I do next? How do I get out of here? How do I get unstuck? How do I move forward? Who do I hire? Are you in the position of, okay, I'm on top of the mountain, I see the whole big picture? A lot of entrepreneurs struggle with that. And if that's you, then highly recommend that you hire somebody. You know, you can join us on the inside of our programs. You know, I'm going to make the pitch and tell you guys about our 10K and 30-day mastermind, which is actually a 90-day program where you get to ask me questions and ask my team questions live. 4 times a week, we have 4 live Q&As with Facebook ad experts, copywriters, mindset mentors, myself, you know, people helping with technology, which is another big learning curve. And I find that when you have an answer to your question, when you have clarity, you can then, you know, take the right action. But without clarity, there's kind of a lot of self-doubt going on, doubting yourself. Is this the right thing to do? Is this not the right time to do it? And watching a video or reading a book is just not going to give you the specific answers to how to apply lessons in your business. And that's when I've seen the most growth from our students and clients, is when they get that clarity. Whatever the clarity is, if it's clarity about a marketing or funnel, or clarity about messaging or positioning, or when is it the right time for me to be hiring help, or who should I hire? How should I hire them? A lot of questions, you guys. So I hope you find support, whether it's on the inside of our programs or not. Make sure that when you do hire a mentor, you're looking for somebody that has experience in the realm that you want to have, you know, success and results in. And that also that they're a good teacher, that they have not just results for themselves, but that they have results teaching other people. It's one thing to be self-motivated. It's another thing to be able to communicate and inspire other people to get the same results. And lean all in. You know, that's the biggest shortcut that you can invest in, is how to figure out how not to make the same mistakes other people have already made, so you don't have to. And that's really the kind of impetus here today. What inspired me to make this video for you guys. So join us on the inside. If you haven't yet already checked out our 10K and 30-day program, I'll drop the link in here. This is our flagship program. It's a 90-day online mastermind. Just got off the phone here, well, the Zoom, with some of our rock star clients who are very, how can I say, just super grateful for all the transformation, personal and business. I'd love to be able to give that to so many more women. Sue says, so where can we find good VAs that are familiar with helping to manage a private Facebook group? What a great question. There are a few places. I always like to promote, you know, hiring people from, you know, who already knows us. So when we hire like salespeople or assistants, one of the first places I'll post to look for recommendations is actually on my personal Facebook feed. Hey, I'm looking for so-and-so to do so-and-so. You know, got any recommendations? Please tag somebody here. So that's the first thing that I'll do. The next place I will look is maybe fiverr.com, fiverr.com, and upwork.com is another great place to find freelancers. Another great place to look for people or to post kind of job postings or freelance work is in LinkedIn groups. You can join up to 50 different LinkedIn groups for free. Maybe you find a virtual assistant or, you know, Facebook, you know, virtual assistant LinkedIn group. And then you can post very specifically for people who want to manage a private group. But I always post stuff on Facebook first, because people love to recommend, you know, their friends. And there's something about this like 6 degrees of separation. So hope that helps, lovers. I'm Vanessa Simpkins. Thanks for tuning in here live or catching the replay. Drop me a message so I can say hello, whether you're here on live or catching the replay. And definitely check out our 10K and 30-day program if you're looking for support, clarity, if you want to dial in a sales attraction system. If you don't want to do it all by yourself, there's no need for that. And definitely if you want to save time and money, not making the same mistakes that I think a lot of online marketers make that are avoidable and unnecessary, going over and check it out. All right, you guys, happy Monday. Love you so much. Have a great day. Aloha.